Voice of Influencers.
What are the biggest influencers that joined IMA?
I mean, we've worked with people, I think over 20 million followers as well. I don't necessarily see them as the most important because I think it's super interesting to work with niche people as well.
Yeah.
So people always ask me like, oh, who's the biggest person you've worked with? But for me, it's more like who's the most interesting person I've worked with, because it's all about how authentic someone is and what they put into what they post and what is their story behind the profile.
So what was the most interesting person?
I don't want to give names. I have a lot of people that I love working with. But in general, for example, if we do campaigns for diesel, we choose people that are very edgy, out of the box, that don't really like follow the rules, that more like to kind of do something different. And that always really interests me because these are people that aren't fully editing their pictures, that aren't showing like the perfect life, but that are really raw and real. And I think that really makes a difference. And they're so creative in how they do things and how they, it's just for me, what I like most about my job is to hear people's stories and to hear what motivates them, what drives them. And that is the most interesting aspect.
And do you think with most influencers that what you see on social media that's the real life, or?
Again, it depends on the person because some people really try to cover things up and edit it and Facetune and I don't know what. But I've also met people that are exactly the same in real life as they are on their page because they just like to be more vulnerable, more real. It's still a form of creative expression, so I don't feel that it's bad to make your post really creative and different. But then there's a difference in like the outside and the inside. It's like if you as a person do communicate how you really are, I think it doesn't really matter how you translate. Well, it matters how you translate it into your post, but I think the most important is that as a person you connect with the audience, with your community, and then I don't care if you do like crazy backgrounds and special effects and whatsoever, if that's your creative expression. But there's a difference in trying to cover things up and expressing yourself in a unique way.
Follow the Moti on Instagram, Facebook, and Snapchat.